Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So the question is, do dairy cows get to go on holiday? Well, on this farm, yes they do. However, it's not to the beach, which is what the thumbnail suggests. And why is that? Well, because we're in Cheshire here and it's about an hour drive from the coast. But unfortunately, my cows just don't have driving licenses. However, where they do go is absolute paradise because they've got loads of acres, plenty of lush green grass. They've got the river just to cool them off, and it's nice, it's calm, it's peaceful, especially on a nice day like today. Now, most farms would call this the dry period. However, I like to call it the holiday time because it's 2 months of every year that any milking cow gets that time off. And they take that time off in the last 2 months of their pregnancy. Now, this gives them a little bit of time to rest and also get their diet right so that the calf inside them is growing as it should do. And so these girls that I'm walking up just now, these are the chosen ones. Now, these girls are all confirmed in calf by the vet. So we know for fact they are definitely pregnant, otherwise it wouldn't be worth drying them off and stopping them from milking. Catherine sorted them out during this morning's milking, and so we've been able to bring them up early, lock them into the collecting yard. Catherine and the rest of the staff are going for the dairy cows now, and what we're going to do is we're going to get these girls in, get the tubes ready and get them dried off, and then run them across the road to paradise. So let's go and get the tubes all sorted, come on. Okay, so now we know which cows we're going to be drying off, as I've checked their records, and I know that these girls are pregnant and they're due to calve within the next 7 to 8 weeks. So that's given them enough time to rest and downtime. Now we need to decide on what tubes that we're going to use to dry off these animals. Now, to do this, I have a look at my reports here, and I'm looking for the cell counts. So we're going to have a look at number 81, who's going to be dried off. Her cells are 31 in the last recording, and then she's had an average of just 32 cells. And that is an indication to how many white blood cells she carries in her milk. If it's over 150, which is 150,000 white blood cells in her milk, then we run the risk of her getting mastitis during her dry period. And if the animal gets mastitis during the dry period, that is really bad news, and it can have catastrophic results to that animal. So we definitely don't want that to happen. So as standard, any cow that's being dried off will receive Orbisil, and this is a non-antibiotic teat sealant. So the way that this works is you squirt it up each teat, which is there's 4 on every cow. So use 4 of these, and that just sits right in the end of the teat, and it blocks any milk from coming out and also stops any bugs from going back up, which is the more important one. Because now the cow has realised that there's no longer milk taken from her, naturally she will just dry up and stop producing milk until she calves down again, which is what we want. So any cow that has the cells above 150,000, we also have to treat with an antibiotic tube as well. And this eliminates her from getting mastitis. So we'll give them the antibiotic tube and then finish off with the teat sealant. Okay, so now we've got all the tubes sorted, time to get these cows milked. And we do this right at the start of milking because we all like to have super clean parlour, super clean hands. We need to be so sterile doing this job so that we don't give them any infections. Once we've got them milked, we can then give them the tubes. Let's get them across the road and back to paradise. Come on, let's go. So these milking cows have been coming into the milking parlour for the best part of around 10 months now, and they've been coming in twice a day for all that time, the first milking being at 5 AM and the second milking starting at 3 PM. During the first few months of their lactation, we would have been serving them, and she has conceived one of those services. So now she's pregnant, she's come to the end of her lactation, and now she is to be dried off. Now it's the same situation for every milking animal. At the end of their lactation, they are to be dried off, just like what's happening here. The cost of the tubes is around £1.20 for the Orbisil tubes, so it costs around roughly £5 per cow to dry them off if they're just receiving the Orbisil. But if they are going to receive the antibiotic tubes as well as the Orbisil, it's roughly about 12-13 quid per animal. And now after today, this cow gets a nice rest for around 2 months, and then after those 2 months she will be not far off giving birth again, and after she calves down she then starts another lactation. So once the cow's been milked and then the dry cow tubes have been used, we're going to spray the animal with some iodine to disinfect the area, and that's it, job done. There we go. So this is where two groups unite together. We have some of the dry cows, original dry cows and in-calf heifers that have been down here for a good couple of months, and also Eric the bull, the Aberdeen Angus. And then also the girls that are just behind me here are the ones that we've just dried off. And so they are reuniting as a group, some of them meeting their friends back again, some of them meeting their relatives, granddaughters, great-granddaughters. I guess some of them are also meeting their enemies. They like to sniff at each other over the fence, but they don't realise that in the distance there, the gate is actually open. And so that is what I like to call job well done. All these girls seem nice and happy. I mean, why wouldn't they be? They're in paradise. And as I always say, if the girls are happy, I'm happy. And so that brings me to the end of this video, guys. If you've enjoyed it, you know the drill. Hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate the support. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Goodbye.